All right, so I don't have my microphone. Hold on, let me turn this off 1 second. Silence. Okay. All right, so I don't have my microphone. Okay, so you guys are gonna have to forgive me. And again, I don't know what I'm gonna look like, but here we go. Yeah, yeah, it's not as bad as I guess I thought I was. Anyway, happy Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day to all of you. I hope you guys are feeling stuffed, fat, and worthless as all because us as Americans, we deserve it. We deserve to be fat and stuffed and worthless as anything because Americans have a different life. Do you guys know something? If you guys haven't lived in different countries, you would understand that in different countries, they don't have the lifestyles that Americans have. Americans, you guys wake up every day and go to work. You're compelled to work in America. Like, there is no such thing as, let's just, I mean, well, unless you're certain people who live off the government. But the majority of Americans are workers. You get up, you go to work, and your whole life is basically spent at work. Us in other countries, we don't live that way. Work is not the center of our lives in other countries. We get up, we enjoy the family, and then we may work for a few hours, and then we come home and rest a few hours, and then we might go back to work later. We might, if we're compelled to go to do so, or if we feel like doing it, then we'll go back. But our whole lives aren't centered around work like Americans are. Just like Americans didn't understand the concept of the siesta. You know, Mexicans take siestas, which is like random naps in the middle of the day, just because, just for the heck of it, because why not? Americans don't understand the idea or the ability to go home and take a nap. Just go home and take a nap for no reason at all, just because it's. And a lot of us have that in our countries because a lot of us are raised in hot countries. And in hot countries, you can't just work all day nonstop, especially if you're outside worker. You work for a couple of hours in the morning, you go home and you sleep in the hottest part of the day, and then you may go back later. So that's how those work patterns came about for us. And that's why Americans don't really have that. But I mean, yeah. So Americans, you guys deserve the rest that you guys get. You guys deserve the rest that you guys get because it is it's not common, right? It's not common for you guys to have that kind of rest time. Um yeah. BTK says siesta is after lunch and high noon. But yeah, that's why I said the hottest part of the day. Dr. M says, no, I definitely understand napping in the middle of the day. Yeah, but it's not an American concept or tradition. American tradition doesn't do that. You guys work all day. You guys figure I'll work anywhere from between 8 and 12, sometimes 14 hours of the day. I'll go home just to see my house, just for sleeping and eating, and then I go back to the work. See, we don't live that way. Our homes are used constantly. Like, an American's home is used only in the nighttime. Our homes in our cultures are used all day because women are always home. So there's always someone home. That's why we don't need alarm systems or anything like that. Everybody's home. Like, there's going to be people at home no matter what. We have the women at home, whether they're cooking, cleaning, baking, whatever they're doing. So they're always there. And then the men, they come home randomly, here and there. The neighbors are always coming over. That's another thing that Americans don't really have. Neighbors coming over all the time. Our homes are constantly used. And Americans, like I said, Americans, your houses go empty 75% of the time. An American's home is empty. This is why you guys get robbed so much. That's why. Your homes are empty all the time. I don't know. Samael says because we work until we die. Yeah, that's the thing. And as lazy as Americans are portrayed Americans are portrayed to be very lazy people because, certain jobs, a lot of Americans' jobs, you don't have to do much. You can just sit, and do them. But a job is a job no matter what, because a job is something that you don't feel like doing, you don't want to do, but you are doing it because you have to. That is a job. A job is something that you do that if you didn't do it, you wouldn't be able to survive. That is what a job is. So even if you're sitting at a desk and you're looking at a computer, which is just sitting there, it's still a job. So I'm like, Americans, I don't think that they're lazy per se. I don't think Americans are lazy. I believe you guys are given a bad rep because you guys get overweight. Americans get overweight, and that's the food that you guys have. But anyway, what an intro. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm happy that you guys are here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Turkey Day. And of course, you guys know I don't celebrate. I don't do that. But I did sit and think about what this day is about. What is Thanksgiving Day about? And I must say I have my own opinions, right? And you guys might know what I'm thinking. I believe that Thanksgiving, or not even Thanksgiving, but let's leave Thanksgiving alone because Thanksgiving is over in a couple of hours, isn't it? Why don't we talk about the Native Americans, shall we? Shall we? Because I have seen that many liberals have gone online on this Thanksgiving Day to talk about how they will not be celebrating Thanksgiving because they want to stand up for the injustices that were committed against the Native Americans when we stole their land. That Thanksgiving shouldn't exist because what we're just going to celebrate what we did to the Indians, to the Native Americans. The fact that they're called Indians is its own thing in itself. But many liberals have gone online to complain about why they will not celebrate Thanksgiving, why they refuse to go to their family's house and celebrate with a turkey and I believe it's cranberries and other things that you guys eat. Why they refuse to do all of this. They say, I refuse because the Native Americans and so on and so forth. Let me tell you, I really want us to let's gather around, right? On this Thanksgiving Day, let's gather around together, shall we? And let's talk about how America was not stolen. Because I can't with this stupid argument that America was stolen and the poor Native Americans and we owe them. We don't owe anybody anything. Nothing. Nothing. No. No. And the fact that they were given things was very kind of the white man. The white man was very kind in giving them territories and properties around this nation and so on and so forth, casinos. The white man was very kind in doing that and giving lots of benefits to those who come from that bloodline, the tribal bloodline. That's wonderful. But was it necessary or was it required? No, it was not. Because guess what? That's what happens. And the fact that people say that Americans got this land and we should be ashamed as Americans for having this land because it's stolen. So that means America's beginning was already evil from the beginning. From the jump, America was evil. Well, they would hate to find out how the rest of the countries in the world were made because every country was made this way. Every country went to war with the natives there, and whoever lost, you lose your land. Just like how what's happening in Palestine and Israel right now. Unfortunately, okay? You guys know where I stand on the Israel-Palestine thing, but let me say, this is kind of like what's happening with them right now. You know what I mean? If you can't defend the land that you claim is yours, you are bound to lose it. And that's what happened with the Native Americans. They couldn't defend it, they lost it. And for all of those people thinking that Native Americans were living so peacefully and so happily here before, the evil white man came, do they even know what the Native Americans used to do? There were diaries that were found that spoke about the evils of the Native American tribes and what they used to do to the people they went to war with. Boiling babies and eating them was a thing, common thing with them. So for those who believe the whole Pocahontas fairy tale of, there were tribes and they were singing with the animals and rainbows and singing with the nature, that's not what happened. That's not who those people were. They were brutal. So, and we can't even talk about all of the torture techniques that came from the Native Americans. Okay, those people were very violent, very evil, very, very. So I hate when these liberals, they come on and you guys look online. There's so many videos right now. Just because today is Thanksgiving, they're all up in arms. We can't celebrate this. This is horrible. Why are we celebrating the stealing of this nation? We're celebrating the land stealing. Come on now. Graham says we are all indigenous to somewhere, but ultimately we are all indigenous to nowhere. Oh, did you guys hear what else? Hi, Jason. Did you guys hear what else? Hi, Brockton. Guys, did you guys hear that Black people are saying that they were the natives of America? That no, it's not true that the slave trade brought the Black people over, but it's true that Black people were the natives to this land. Did you guys hear that? Because I heard that. And maybe we should watch a video about that, shall we? Shall we share it with the class? Because those naysayers in the chat who don't believe me, because apparently the last time I brought this up, there were people in the chat saying, that's not true, Amira. Oh, it's not. Don't call me out. Don't do that, because I will prove to you if I have to. I wouldn't lie about that. Why would I lie about something like that? I couldn't have even made that up with my own imagination if I wanted to. Black people are saying that they were native to this land. And the way that they're saying that they're native is this. They said back when the world was all one continent, right? Before the whole continental separation or whatever it's called. There's a proper word to it, but I don't care for it right now. There it is. Continental drift. God, I love my brain. Continental drift. They're like, oh, before the continental drift happened and every continent was all together, when Africa was together with Latin America and the North America and Europe and everything was all one, that's when Black people they trekked their way from Africa, from Mommy Africa, trekked from Mommy Africa all the way to United States, which would be in the future the United States of America, or more specifically, Florida. They said that's how Black people became natives of this land before the white people came and settled it. Did you guys hear about that? Hold on, I'm looking at your guys' comments. Beak says, I want reparations. Don't we all, Beak? Don't we all? Don't we all want free money for nothing? Here we go. There it is. There's my naysayer. That's not true, Amira. Okay. You think I can make something? You know what? It makes me happy to hear that someone doesn't believe me, because that means that you guys are giving me too much credit, that you guys think that my imagination is so vast that I could make up a story about how the whole continents were all together and that Black people trekked their way all the way to North America, or today is Florida, and that's how they were the indigenous people of America. You guys give me way too much credit. If you guys think that I can make up a nonsensical story like that, that means you guys think I'm a lot smarter than I am. I love it. Right, Frost? Right. We was kings. So not only are the ancient Egyptians sub-Saharan Black people, but Cleopatra, right? The Greek, no, she was also Black. She was sub-Saharan Black. And not only were they, but even the Native Americans were Black too. The Native Americans, indigenous to America, supposedly, but they're also Black. And don't get away from you, because Jesus was Black too, because Jesus was a Jew, and the original Jews were also Black. Did you guys also hear that there's stories out there? It gets worse, where they say that the British monarchy or whatever, the whole British royal family, they they were black too. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't even say this without laughing. So, the story goes like this: all those paintings that we see from the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th centuries, those paintings were actually painted that way to cover up the fact that the British royal family started off as black people. But then when the new British people came who were white, they repainted those paintings to make them reflect a white royal family in order to cover up the fact that the original British royal family was black. I can't. I can't. You guys think I'm lying. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. I don't have the imagination for it. I am not that, listen, I'm not that artistic. Not autistic, Larry. Artistic. I am not that artistic. I'm really not. You guys, you listen, don't give me that much credit, okay? Don't really, Richard. Richard says, "Oh yeah, that real estate dummy brought this up on his channel. I had once heard of this about 20 years ago and I laughed." I'm telling you guys, for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, this goes deep. It goes very, very deep. And the thing is, there's a group of people online, mostly black, who are saying that there's a huge cover up worldwide, okay, to cover up the fact that black people were actually the original super race, that black people were actually the original everything. They were the original British, they were original Indians, they were the original Jews, they were original everything. So the conspiracy goes like this: everything was black. And then once the first white caveman crawled out of his cave after beating his wife all night, came out and said, "Oh, ye, my sister, come here so I can mate with you." No, that's Alabama. No, the theory goes that once the white caveman came out of his cave after beating his wife and having sex with his sister all night, that's when he came out and he said, "I am going to rule the world and I'm going to cover up the fact that black people were the ones who started everything." That's the theory. You guys think I'm joking. I wish I were, because this is hilarious to me. And listen, it gets even worse. Not only that, but then you see American black trying to say that they're Moroccan too. So they're Moroccans, they're Jews, they're Native Americans, they're the original British royal family. They are everything. So anyway, when we talk about stop it. When we talk about the Native Americans, every time I speak about the Native Americans now, I keep thinking about what the black people say, that they're the original Native Americans. So I'm like, wait a minute. So not only were you enslaved, but you were also the original American, the original Native American. So you also got your land taken from you too. So basically, white people have just been screwing around black people all their lives. That's basically what the theory is. Am I wrong? I know I'm wrong. That's why I'm telling you guys what it is. I know I'm wrong. I'm telling you this because I know it's wrong. So, but listen, I'm not the one who made that up. I'm not. So, you gonna answer that, or is this a tacit agreement? You're not upholding your oath, and that's treason. Listen, I know my oath, okay? I don't need you to repeat my oath to me, okay? I know what I said. Please stay on topic, Graham, please. Yes, please. Mr. Brooks, please stay on topic. You always do this. You always do this tactic. Every time that we're trying to get into it, you always drive us to somewhere else. I need you to stay on topic, Graham. Mr. Brooks, I need you to stay on topic. All right. Yes, Broughton. The Black Hebrew Israelites. Yes, exactly. Larry says, I've never seen or heard American blacks say that we're Moroccan. Ooh. Oh. All right. All right. You know what? I wasn't going to do this, but since we have naysayers, who is texting me? Oh, okay, stop, guys. You guys are all texting me. All right, just stop texting me for a minute. Because a lot of people are saying, show the video, show the video. Okay, I get it. I'm showing the video. We're doing it. I wasn't going to do it, but you guys want it. So here we go. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're doing each one. And oh, yeah. Thank you. Who said that? Who said that? I got to find it again. Dex. Aboriginals, Cambodians, and Filipinos too. They say that all of these groups of people were actually black and Indians. So they claim that the Indians are actually black. Tell that to them, because Indians, in case you guys don't know, Indians are very much racist against. They are very much colorists. They are very much all about light, bright, darn near white. They are all about being as light, bright, and as white as you can be. So you tell that to the Indians, that they're actually black people, just because their skin tone is dark, because Indians may have dark skin, but obviously they're not sub-Saharan blacks. We know that. But I think that the argument here is that anybody who is dark skinned, anybody who has skin darker than olive, is black or originally black, and that is not how that works. But anyway, hold on, guys. I'm looking at your thing. I want to interact with you guys. I know. Frost says black people are everything. Lamal, we was Kryptonians. I don't even know what that is. We were Kryptonians. Yes. Oh, he says, Samael, don't forget, Mira, white people came from black people too. I am so sick of this stupid argument. Do you guys know that because they say that they say the first humans came from Africa, yeah? So they say because the oldest fossils of humans were found in Africa, that means that every human comes from Africa because that's where the oldest bones have been found. Fine. So basically, in a black person's mind, it's like if the bones were found in Africa, that automatically means that the original person, the original human, was sub-Saharan African black. That's what the theory is with them. So because in their mind, Africa means black. I just saw recently, I think it was yesterday, I was looking online, I was looking at this Cleopatra thing, and they were talking about how Cleopatra looked and how, she wasn't the most beautiful woman in the world as people portray her to be. She really wasn't. But in no way was she a sub-Saharan black woman. She wasn't blonde hair, blue eyes either, but she definitely wasn't sub-Saharan black. So we know that she was somewhere in between because in-betweens exist. So anyway, this comment section that I went to, in the comment section, there were people commenting about how they say, how can Cleopatra be anything but black? Egypt is in Africa. It's not a village in Sweden. Did you also know that Algeria is in Africa? If you go to Algeria, that's not a black country. That's an Arab country. And then even Egypt, you don't see Tunisia. These places are in Africa, South Africa. These places are in Africa, but the majority of the peoples there for centuries have been olive-skinned, almost white-skinned people. These are people who have lived there for centuries, and that they're still in Africa. So I'm like, the idea that these that I don't know who made this idea that like black means Africa or Africa means black automatically. People don't know. They've never been to the continent of Africa. If you ever been to the continent of Africa, you would know that Africa is not black. Africa, the middle part of Africa, Central Africa, is black. Northern Africa, Arab and Mediterranean. Southern Africa, white. It's not, but anyway. All right, so, all right, okay. So I'm gonna get into it because I'm interested now. I'm gonna show you guys the videos. I'm gonna show you guys a few videos of what I'm talking about because I will not be doubted on my own channel. I will not. I refuse. I refuse. Okay then. Okay then. All right. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm just getting down to the comments because I want to see what you guys are saying. I like to interact with you guys first, you know? Yeah, it says, sorry, but Egypt is not Western Asia either. Yeah, and Egypt also isn't Europe. It also isn't North America. It also isn't Latin America. It's like, yes, we know what Egypt is and where it is, but Africa does not mean black. Not all of Africa is sub-Saharan, you know. No, it's not. People would be surprised. You go to Africa, you go to Northern Africa, you'll feel like you're in Spain. That's because Spain is right up the street, but still, you'll feel like you're in Spain. Really? Jason says, even though there were human bones found in the Ozarks that were dated to be over 100,000 years old. Frost says Cleopatra was Greek, not black. But you can't say that, and that's the thing for us. Okay, I know you guys get the point. I'll leave that. I will leave that topic there because no, I'm not. That's the thing. That's the thing for us. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is why I laugh a lot when I see a lot of these people talk and they're like, it's in Africa. Duh. That means everybody looks, you know, like National Geographic, you know, how they go to Kenya or Uganda or something. Oh, they all look like that. No, that's not how that is. Anyway, Middle East is supposed to be in Asia. Isn't that what the older history books said? Yeah, I know, Middle East, but I believe the reasoning is because there was so much back and forth between Northern Africa and the Middle East because you understand the conquering and the tribes going back and forth, that there was so much mixing and blending that now we ended up with that. And never was Northern Africa anything like Sub-Saharan Africa. Africa is humongous. People don't even realize how huge the continent of Africa is. That place is humongous. The Americas could fit in there 2 times over, more than that. And I'm like, people don't understand how huge it is. On the map, it does not do it justice. When you guys look at the normal map, the map doesn't do it justice of how big that continent is. So I can't believe I saw Wikipedia say that Middle Eastern nations were considered West Asian. But they are. They are. But that's, you know, that's the whole debate is like, are Middle Easterners white? Are they Asians? What are they? And I think we should make our own race. I think Middle Easterners, Arabs, we should be our own race because I think we have enough people to do so. Like, I don't know if it's people, like if it's population, but we have our own distinct bloodline. So I'm like, I think we should be our own race, but whatever. I guess not. Frost says Cleopatra was also a giant 304. I've seen a few videos yesterday on YouTube. Lamau, she dilled a lot of pickles. Alexander the Great, but Caesar, Julius Caesar. So, and then toss that salad, Caesar, and that's how we ended up with the Caesar salad. You guys understand? Because the Caesar with the salad, and then do you understand? That's how we have a Caesar salad. The Caesar salad came from, yeah. Christopher says I get the best history lessons here. Yeah, right after I talk about Caesar salad coming from me, he's like, this is the best history lesson. Christopher, stop it. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's get it together. Rush. He says the Arab bloodline is mixed with Turkish blood, which means that they are not the native of land. That they're not the native of the land in Africa. I would hate to say that because I would think that Turkish people are mixed with our blood, not our people mixed with theirs. You will never tell me that anyone came before us. You know what I mean? I believe that Arabs were first. Arabs were the first white people. Arabs, I believe that we were before the Ottomans. No, weren't we before the Ottoman Empire? Yeah, we were because Iraq, of course. Iraq was like the cradle of civilization. So the first cities ever known were in Iraq. Sumara or Samara, whatever it's called. So yeah, we are hey, this is not the war band. Get it together. Punyaya. Oh my gosh. Get it together. This is not the war band. Punyaya. Wait, what? Oh, he says Dex says Greece and Rome invaded Egypt. Exactly, Dex. It's like Cleopatra did not look like Elizabeth Taylor either. Exactly. Now that's the thing that I can get along with. I can agree with that. She definitely wasn't some blonde haired, blue eyed girl, of course. But no. He says the F Middle East ain't Asia one bit. I have to disagree with you there. I'm going to disagree because yes, it is Asia. It is Asia. It's not the Asia that you may think, like not Oriental Asia. It's not like think it, ding, 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 ding. It's not that. But India is Asia as well. India. And look at Indians. Like they don't have that look either. And yet they're Asian. So Asian doesn't mean, you know, Chong Ching Chong. I know, I'm sorry. I know, I'm going to get canceled. Sorry. Sorry, Will. I know Art of Will is like, don't talk about my language. Sorry, Will. But no, that's not. There it is. Thank you. Sumer. Yeah, Sumer. I don't know if that's the way it's pronounced, but yeah. Puniti. Right. Christopher says definitely Arabic people were before the Turks. That's what I'm saying. I know. So I don't want anyone to come and tell me, no, Arabs are mixed with Turkish blood. No. The Turks are mixed with Arab blood. We were first. Arabs say they were first. Jews say they were first. Now American blacks say they were first. Whites invented indoor plumbing, air conditioning. Okay, go to the naughty corner. Let's get you up out of here. Let's get Samuel up out of here. Listen, you will not down me. You wouldn't have invented your air conditioning and your plumbing systems and your air travel combustion systems. You wouldn't have that if you didn't have algebra. Algebra was coming from the Middle East. Okay, algebra invented your math systems that you guys use to make all those flying combustion systems and the buildings and the air conditionings and all of that. So you wouldn't have it if it weren't for us. So give us our due respect. And go to the naughty corner. Go to the naughty corner, by the way. And first, we all love each other. No, we don't, Christopher. You see, you're very optimistic. That's the thing. That's the thing. You're very optimistic. We are not. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. No, I know. You guys are not letting me get to the video because you guys keep commenting things that I want to talk about. Dex says, Amira, don't forget the Moors in Spain. So those are the people that that there's a huge Black community now in America. And I see this in law a lot because you guys know where I work. You guys know I work in the court systems and so on. We see a lot of Black people coming into the Zoom meeting. So now that we have Zoom court, we get to see the real nut cases come out, right? So we'll have some Black people come into the Zoom meetings for Zoom court, and they'll have a Moroccan flag in the background. You guys know what the Moroccan flag is, right? It's a red flag with a star in the middle. They'll have the Moroccan flag in the background and say, yes, my name is Tyrell from the family Jackson, from the Jackson family, and I'm a Moorish American. I can't be punished by your laws. You have no jurisdiction over me, and so on and so forth. This is how they talk. And this is what they say. They say these things, and then they wear the Moorish hat. The Moors were Moroccans. And then you have a whole group of Black people in America don't know a thing about Morocco, don't know anything about the history of Morocco, don't know anything about the language, the culture, the food, nothing. But then they claim that they are Moroccan. Moroccan Americans that are Moors, that are originals, and they can't be, they're not under the jurisdiction of American jurisdiction or some crap. Oh my gosh. You guys, if you guys have seen the things, you know what? Why am I telling you? I'll just show you. Let's have fun tonight, shall we? It is Thanksgiving. Why not? Wow, I look crazy in my thumbnail. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I looked that crazy. I didn't know I looked that crazy. Oh my god, I look like I'm running from something. Oh gosh. All right. All right, where was I? All right. Yep, here we go. Oh my gosh. But they're all reaction videos. I want to show you guys originals. Hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. Yep. Okay, I found it. I found some there are reaction videos, but they're very quiet. Okay. Let me find a good one. Yes. Here we go. And it's only 8 minutes long. Oh my gosh. And it's my favorite judge. I love this judge. All right. So, okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen with you and let's watch it together. Shall we? I actually like your look tonight. No, I'm talking about the thumbnail. If you guys click out of this video and see the thumbnail, I look crazy. I'm like, I didn't know it looked that bad. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to share my screen with you all. And all right, this is one of my favorite judges in the whole wide world. Her name is Lenice Brandt or Bryant. Bryant, yeah. But anyway, she is one of my favorite judges in the whole wide world. I love her with all my heart, soul, and might. She is logical. She is no nonsense. She doesn't play around, and she will smack that hammer on you like you, yeah. And if I had to present, anyway, here we go.
All right, Mr. McCreary, I'm ready.
I don't know how this stuff works. I'm new to this, so I'm 50.
Okay, well, sir, hold on.
Okay, first off, look at the hat that he's wearing, okay? Now, I want you guys to notice something really quickly. In the corner, that's where he is. In the corner video where he is, you see the hat that he's wearing, that red hat? That's the Moroccan hat. It's a Moroccan style hat. The name, he put his name as Camel McCreary EL. L is Arabic Moroccan Arabic, because they have their own style of Arabic. L is what Moroccans use on their name. So you guys know my name is Amira Al Wehbi, AL hyphen. Moroccans use EL hyphen. Do you understand? I hope I'm making sense to you guys. So when he did that, he's trying to make himself seem like a Moroccan, but he has no idea. Yeah. So here we go. I'll play and I'll let you guys watch.
Oh no, you was okay. All right, this is case number 02-561-9901. The people of the state of Michigan versus Carnell McCrary. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for pre-trial conference. And Mr. McCrary, your name?
Carnell Michael McCreary, ill, all lowercase, not the all caps corporation.
L, no.
Nobody writes the name in all caps. All right. So today is the date set for a pre-trial conference. And Mr. McCrary, I understand that you are representing yourself. So how do you wish to proceed, sir?
First and foremost, if I may address the court and ask the court a few questions, with all due respect, may I speak?
Here we go.
I don't answer questions to counsel. I don't answer questions. That's not my role.
Well, I just wanted to say, when I first came onto the Zoom, I felt that this court was disrespectful and restrained my First Amendment right to allocate myself here in this courtroom. And I'm not saying this as a personal attack, but that's just how I felt.
Okay, Mr. McQuarrie, all due respect, I'm not interested in your feelings, sir. I'm here to conduct court. So let's conduct court. How do you wish to proceed as it relates to your court matter?
I would like to challenge the plenary jurisdiction of this court as outlined by state Supreme Court.
Today is not the date for a motion. If you would like to file a motion with the court, I can give you a motion hearing date. But otherwise, I want to know as it relates to this pretrial conference where you've indicated that you want to represent yourself. It is your responsibility to understand the rules of court and how to represent yourself. Today is only the date set for a pretrial conference. As it relates to the pretrial conference, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, if I may speak without being restrained again by the court, with all due respect.
Okay. Look, I know she's gonna get into it, but listen, this is what it is. These people come in rude, disrespectful, but under the guise of being polite by saying, "Oh, with all due respect," when they mean absolutely no respect. Trust me. And okay, she is going to handle him. I'm gonna take it back just 3 seconds. Here we go.
Being restrained again by the court. With all
You're
due
going to be
respect.
restrained every time you go off course. So
Well,
understand every time you go off course, you're going to be restrained. You're going to be restrained in the same way that I would restrain any other person, any other lawyer, any other person who's not coming to court and addressing the court in the way that you're supposed to address the court for the pre-trial conference. So I'm asking you, Mr. McQuarrie, as it relates to the pre-trial conference, how do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
I would like to ask that this court remove itself under MCR 2.003 for judicial bias.
What?
And once
Okay,
this
motion is denied. Anything further?
Well, I would like to have it sent to the chief judge as required by the rule.
Mr. Flanagan, please call the chief judge and let him know that there's a request for recusal by Mr. McQuarrie and ask him how does he wish to proceed with the hearing for Mr. McQuarrie.
Yes, Your Honor.
Violation code of judicial conduct, judge. And I haven't been
doing this for 16 years. I know what I'm supposed to do. So,
Tell
Mr.
him.
McQuarrie, Mr. McQuarrie, I'm addressing your request on the recusal. So everything else, we're going to stop talking until I hear from the chief judge as to whether he wants you to come now or if he's going to give you a date.
Okay.
Thank
The
you.
rule, man.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McQuarrie. Thank you, Mr. McQuarrie.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
they indicated that he would need to file a motion for recusal before you. And if you deny that, it then goes to the chief judge.
He already did. I accepted his oral motion. I denied it. So tell them it's denied. I'm not requiring him to file a written motion. The court rules don't require a written motion. He requested thank you for affirmation, but I don't need it. He requested the recusal and I denied it. So ask them how do they want to proceed. I can sign an order of denial if they want me to just do an order of denial, but I've denied the recusal request.
Yes, Your Honor, the order of denial needs to be signed.
And then they're going to give him a date. In past times, some chief judges take the matter up immediately. So I just want to know, do they want me to give them a date?
Okay. Your Honor, no date. They said just sign the order and we'll bring it up. They'll contact them for a date.
All right. So Mr. McQuarrie, please contact my courtroom. Make sure that my clerk has your current contact information. And apparently the chief judge's office is going to contact you with respect to your request for recusal. I will sign an order denying your request and then forward that to the chief. Okay.
Wait. So he's going to talk in a second, but I want to tell you guys something. Oops. I don't know what just happened. I just put my StreamYard in with okay, there it is. Okay. So listen, I want to talk to you guys about something really quickly. These peoples, they come in here looking like absolute fools. Now, for those who are naysayers and say, oh, these people don't exist, the majority of these Moroccan people, and yes, somebody put in the chat that it's a fez. It is a fez. The majority of people who show up doing this are Black. Okay. You never see any white person coming on with a fez talking about how they're Moroccans and they're Moorish citizens and you can't do anything to them. These are all Black people that do this. Why? Because somewhere, some Black person in America heard that there was a group of Middle Eastern Blacks, whether you can say Middle Eastern Blacks, African Arabs. I don't even know how to describe Moroccans. They're Arabs, but they're kind of Black. But anyway, somebody in America, some Black in America, found out that there was a group of Arabs that looked Black that went around the world and doing these things, and they said, you know what? Maybe I'm one of them. And that's how this started. This whole thing of I'm Moroccan and I'm this. So yes, it is a fez. Okay, it is a fez. And yeah, so that's this guy. I want to see what he says, and then we'll move on to something else.
So who do my call? The clerk? What is no?
Sir, if you just, I mean, I promise you, I've been on the bench for 16 years, and I promise you, if you just let me talk, I mean, everything you want to know will be revealed. I promise you. Okay. So as I was saying, you're going to contact my courtroom and you will speak with the clerk. Make sure the clerk has your current contact information so that the Chief Judge's office can contact you with respect to your hearing on my denial of your request for recusal. Anything further with respect to this matter? Please don't unmute. Who is saying hello?
Oh, can I speak or no?
Oh,
Let him talk.
well, what else is there, Mr. McQuarrie?
Let him talk.
I would like to just say this, Judge. I have nothing personal with you. It's just that
Mr.
this
McQuarrie,
is
I don't take
man.
things personally. Ms. McQuarrie, let me say something to you. So since we talking, let's talk. If you would let the matter proceed, this is an old case. So let me just say that this case is from 2002. And
Correct.
maybe if you had watched my courtroom on YouTube, maybe you would have seen how these old cases from 2002 are handled. And then we could have came on here and it would have been handled the same way. However, we're going to proceed in the manner that you wish to proceed. And so I'm not going to keep going on because you've asked me to recuse myself. I have denied the recusal. You have requested an appeal. I have granted that appeal, and that concludes the matter. Is there anything further that is needed for the record? Because you don't have to tell me it's not personal.
Quiet.
I could care less about. I don't take things personal. Why would I take things personal?
Be quiet.
I take it personal because as a Black man, a 50-year-old man.
This has nothing to do with you being a 50-year-old Black man. This has anything to do with you being a defendant in this courtroom. Is there any legal thing for the record? Is there any legal matter for the record?
Quiet.
The prosecutor's office has committed a felony against me.
Okay, well, you can address that with whoever. You can address that with the appropriate parties, but I'm not. All right, so I'm going to assume that this matter, as it relates to the pretrial conference for Mr. McQuarrie, is concluded, unless there's something for the record on behalf of the people.
No,
Judge, thank you.
Hat.
All right, then, sir, you're all set.
No.
You have a great day, and you stay safe.
No, he's still talking. Just shut up and take off that stupid hat. It doesn't fit you. It doesn't make any sense that you're wearing it. Just stop. Take off the stupid hat. Nobody's going to see you and be like, oh, now we have to do. No. Okay. You're not Queen Elizabeth. And even if you were in America, her ranking means nothing. You're nothing. Stop it. Anyway. So that's that. The next thing that I wanted to give you guys was the Hebrew Israelite, because I think you guys, I think most of you guys know what this is, but there are some, yeah, here, wait. Let me see. I don't know if I'm kind of scared to do this one because, alrighty. Okay, this is a really short, okay, it's like 52 seconds. Wait, I don't know. I can't. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should do this because these people are crazy. The Black Jew, it's too much. It's all right. I'm scared. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do short clips here. I'll do a short clip and here. Let me see. All right, let's do like this. Oh, but there's so many of them. Oh my gosh. All right, you know what? I'll do this one. I'll do this one. All right. Stop it. All right, I have to let the video play out because it just keeps playing. It's a short, so it just keeps going on and on. So I'll let it play, and while I do that, I'll share the screen. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna let it play out first, and then after that, we'll listen to it. It's like 50 seconds. It's a 50-second video, but I guess it's explaining who they are from the perspective of a Black Hebrew Israelite. So you know it's going to be good. When it's coming from their own perspective, it's going to be great. It's going to make them seem like they're super amazing. So I can't wait to hear it. And it's talking about all of the rappers that support them, like Kendrick Lamar, whoever that is, and a few other people. Oh, look, my favorite racist, Louis Farrakhan. My favorite legal racist. All right, let's hear
For
it.
the Black Hebrew Israelites. According to the Anti-Defamation League, the Black Hebrew Israelite movement is a fringe religious movement that rejects widely accepted definitions of Judaism and asserts that people of color are the true children of Israel. Not all Black Hebrew Israelites hold extremist anti-Semitic views, and the movement is distinct from Black Jews and other Jews of color, who are genuine followers of Jewish religion. But the extremists, whose beliefs are prevalent and often parroted by celebrities and others, believe that today's Jews are imposters and not the real Jews. They also believe that blacks are racially superior and the true chosen people. These ideas often pop up in popular culture, and mirror ideas promoted by groups like Louis Farrakhan's Nation of Islam. Extremist Black Hebrew Israelite ideology is deadly too, and is behind the 2019 murders at a kosher supermarket in Jersey City, New Jersey, and a machete attack in Muncie, New York.
I was muted the whole time. No. Oh my gosh. I had a whole speech and I was muted. I kill myself. I die right now. I die. All right. This is it. I'm dying. I can't believe that just happened. Oh my God. Oh, I'm deleting that whole section of this live stream. I never wanted to be that one person who keeps talking and talking and they're freaking muted. All right. Anyway, I'll say it again. My brother, Rush, my brother. Listen, I want to save you. I want to save you. I want us to go find Jesus. We can find Jesus together. We listen, Jesus has been hiding from me for a very long time, but I think with your help, he might let me find him. Let's go find Jesus together, Rush. I want to save you from the Hebrew Israelites. Please do not. You know, they make a lot of good points. I'm not even going to lie. They do make a lot of good points, but the idea that they are the original Jews, that is just, it's idiotic. Okay. I'm just going to say that. And you can argue with me. You can give me your reasoning why you think it's, but no, because me as an Arab, as a Middle Eastern, we know what the original Jews look like. They don't look like the Jews that are in Israel right now, but they definitely don't look like them. They definitely don't look like the people that I just saw in that video. Okay. The original Israelis or Jew, whatever, they don't look whatever is going on in Israel right now. That is not the original Jew. These people are not Jewish. I don't know who these people are. These people got dropped off about 100 years ago. If you guys don't know what happened in the Middle East, that's what happened. Israel, somebody dropped off these people. The people that are in Israel right now, in case you guys don't know, those aren't the original people of Israel. We don't know who these people are. These people came out of nowhere. And us as Arabs, we saw them coming. You know, even my father, my grandfather spoke about it. They said one day it was just a whole influx of these people who look like gypsies or like Russians or something. I don't know. They don't look like the original Jews. And they came, and all of a sudden now they populate all of Israel, and we don't know who these people are. So if you guys don't know about the weirdness about that, there is something weird that happened there. But one thing is for certain, the original Jews were not black. They were not sub-Saharan black. Okay, they were not what we saw in that video. So I don't care what anyone says. That's the no. Okay, no, I will not lie to you. That is not what they were. So anyway, you said King David was Jewish. You said, so the Arabs alive today were around back then. Our people haven't changed. The same people. You see Muhammad from today. You see Muhammad walking down the street today. That same Muhammad was the same Muhammad from a long time ago, from thousands of years back. The same look, the same blood, the same people, same tribes. The people in Israel today are not the same people. They're not the people who were there thousands of years ago. They are not the same people that were there. You know, they're not the same, in case you guys don't know. And I don't know what happened. I believe that America was in on it. That's why America is so hell-bent on supporting Israel, because Israel is like the baby of, I believe, Britain and America. I don't know who these people are that they put in the Middle East. I don't know where they came from. I believe that they came from Eastern Europe, but I'm not certain. You guys don't believe me. If you guys don't believe me, that's fine. But you, listen, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Fionn says, Black Hebrew Israelites don't know the Bible very well. They just cherry pick verses that they think supports their desired view. But doesn't every group do that? You know what I mean? Every group does that. Even the terrorist groups, but the terrorist groups came from Obama, so I can't really claim those people as Muslims. They're not really Muslims, but every group of people does that. Even the slave owners back here in America, they use Bible verses to, you know, they cherry picked in order to make their point. You said there's Khazars? You said, I think they're closely related to the Turks. Who? Who are you talking about? Who are you speaking of? Larry says, that's it. I'm Arab now. Arab is not a race. Okay. Arab is not a race. Arab is a culture. Being Arab is a culture. That's why if you look on the list of Arab nations, a lot of the Arab nations are not what we would consider Arab blood, but they are Arab nations like Turkey, Persia, you know, they're still listed under Arab countries. And Sudan and Somalia. Somalia and Sudan, they are not Arabs by blood, but they are Arab by culture. So Arab is not a race. Our race would be something different, I guess you could say. Dex says they made us lose our heritage. Who are we talking about? He says, Ottoman Empire, wasn't that Middle East back then? No. Ottoman Empire would not be considered Middle East because, you know Constantino? What's his name? Constantino. Anyway, he made Constantinople in modern day Istanbul. And Istanbul has never been really considered fully Middle Eastern. Istanbul, Turkey is considered the bridge between Europe and the Middle East, but technically they say it's Middle Eastern, but it's not really. I don't know how to describe it. It is Middle East, I guess you could say, but I don't know. I guess maybe you could say that. Yeah, you could say that. I guess you could say Turkey is Middle East because Europe doesn't accept them. Turkey for the longest has been trying to get into the European Union, and the European Union says no. They've tried many times. They want to be a part of Europe, But Europe has said no, they will not accept Turkey as Europe. So for now, they are Middle Eastern. You're right. I guess you could say that. Yeah, exactly. Constantine. So I was right. Yeah, Constantine. Istanbul is Constantinople. That's what I was saying. So modern day Istanbul was Constantinople, and I wouldn't even consider that Middle Eastern, but it is kind of in a way. So yeah. Turkey is a very important country, in case you guys don't know, because Turkey is like the bridging point between Russia. Like Russia loves Turkey and Turkey loves Russia. They have a very close bond. They're like married. And then Europe, Turkey wants to be a part of Europe, but Europe is like, no, you're too Allahu Akbar for us. You're too like halaka halaka halaka. You guys are too much that. When you guys stop being that, then maybe you can be a part of Europe. That's how Europe is. Middle East sees Turkey and they're like, we love you because you're fellow Muslims, we have the same religion in common. But if you guys stop being Muslims, we have a problem. We're gonna kill you if you stop being Muslims. And that's how Turkey blends all of these places together. They blend these 3 continental areas together. And yeah, and trade happens through there, through Russia. If Russia had a problem with Turkey, trade wouldn't happen and all kinds of things would go wrong. So yeah. Zealage says, I remember being confused in school about Russia being both Asia and Europe. It's huge. Russia is huge. That's for sure. Hi, Titans. He says the current group in Israel are not really Israelites. They are descendants of Japheth, Gomer, and Ashkenaz. I don't even think that. To be honest with you, Titan, I don't even believe that. I believe these people came from Eastern Europe. I swear to you, these people came from somewhere else. They are not. Listen, you guys won't believe me. You guys are not going to listen to me. But we have pictures of what the original Jews used to look like. Okay? They looked like us. They looked like, we were same. Now, we don't know who these people are. I'm telling you, something happened. And I don't know what Israel, the nation that is supposedly a country, they used to be very small. And through the years, Israel has expanded its borders. It's gotten bigger. The country has gotten bigger. And then you wonder why Palestine is upset, because all of the land that Israel has gained has been at the sacrifice or the loss for Palestine. Palestine is losing land so that Israel can expand. And then you wonder why people are saying, oh, why the Palestinians bombing them? Because they're trying to defend their land. Their country is getting smaller and smaller while Israel gets bigger and bigger. But like I said, if you can't defend your land, you're bound to lose it. So I don't know what to say about Palestine, but I'm like, if you have a country, you need to defend your land. If you can't defend it, you're going to lose it. That's a natural way of life. That's a natural circle of life. Israel is not doing anything wrong with trying to expand its borders, because if it sees that there's a weak zone and they say, oh, well, we can take it and make better use of it, then that's what they're going to do. Palestine, if you want to keep your nation the way it is, you want to keep your borders where they are, then you have to defend them. If you can't defend them, you're bound to lose it. So I'm still on Palestine's side, but at the same time, I say, you guys, you have to defend it. If you can't defend it, nobody's going to sit there and say, oh, please just don't take it just because it's mean. It's mean, but that's war, that's life, that's politics, it's power. Nobody's going to stop gaining power just because the other person feels sad about it or the other person doesn't approve. Survival of the fittest, says Zealage. Sorry. Christopher says Turkey definitely is important. Amira, you definitely are spot on. You guys, even if you look at Turkey on the map, when you look at it on the map, you can see that location is very, very crucial. That location of Turkey, that place, if Turkey's politics could change the world too, if you guys don't know. Like if we have a war between, let's say, Russia and the Americas, if Turkey sides with Russia, we are screwed over here too, because they're going to stop all trade through that little canal that they have. I'm like through that little little canal. Yeah, but there's like a very small stretch of water that comes between Turkey and Europe. That if they block that, the rest of the world is going to suffer. Well, Russia might suffer more than everybody, but who knows? It's going to be Turkey's politics. It's a big deal. So, yeah. Can I go to the other courtroom? I don't understand or consent to these proceedings. Are you willing to go through the colloquy with me regarding going to the other courtroom? Because I'm not letting you go without doing that colloquy. So if you want to go to the other courtroom, you have to go through the colloquy with me, and you have to give a waiver of your right. So Turkey is in NATO, but nobody knows why. I believe Turkey is one of those countries that's flip-floppy, right? Like I'm in NATO one day, but then the next day I might, hey, Russia. I don't know. Because like I said, Turkey has strong loyalty to Russia. So I'm like, how are you in NATO if you strong Russia? And then I'm telling you, I don't know. We're talking about Turkey during Thanksgiving. Larry, get it. Okay. You guys know something else? This time, 2 years ago, I was in Turkey. For Thanksgiving, I was in Turkey. Like, you guys remember 2 years ago? This same time, I was in Turkey. And I thought it was so funny, like going to Turkey on Thanksgiving. Vanturi says, I lived in Egypt for 1 year, and I couldn't believe how different the Israelis looked from the Egyptians. I assumed that they would have been indistinguishable. Somebody is an imposter. Ventries, I'm telling you something. You guys, okay. You guys, if you guys were Middle Easterns, if you guys were Arabs, you guys will understand. We lived there. We saw the peoples of what they used to be and now what they are today. That is not, and I'm not gonna stop saying that. I don't care what you guys say. I'm not going to believe that those are the same people. I don't, because no generation it just goes from looking like us to all of a sudden looking like that. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I'm not waiving anything. I asked. Then you're not going anywhere. Then you're staying here. Okay. You're not going to the courtroom unless you waive your rights. You can't. I'm not letting you go. The other courtroom is not for your pleasure. It's not a place where you go because you want to be there. The other courtroom is because you're waiving your right to be present here. Okay? So stop it. Broxton says you're so well traveled. It's not about traveling. You got to understand, Broxton. It is about just if you guys were my same peoples, if you guys were me, you guys would understand, and that's why I say you ask Arabs. Ask them, and they will tell you the same thing. They will say that no, something's wrong there. This is the reason why this whole war is going on between us. People, and then the Western world always says, so funny. These guys are never going to stop fighting. These guys are just fighting by nature. Arabs are just violent by nature. This is the reason why they're fighting. No, something's wrong over there. I'm telling you. Zelich says, I'm super curious to see how our ancestors look back then. And that's the thing. When you come from a place where you're Arab, where your ancestors look just like you, right? When you can do that, it's a very nice feeling to know that your face, your eyes, your lips, your hair, your skin tone and everything, you were the same. You are the same as you are today as you were thousands of years ago. You're the same. Those people, I'm telling you, they're not. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'll let it go. Graham says, just a random question, Amira. Why no hijab? I used to wear hijab. I used to have hijab and I used to wear it. But after 9/11, I stopped for obvious reasons. My family got me to stop. First and foremost, my family made me stop. But after that, I did return to it for a little bit because I enjoy covering my hair. I did enjoy covering my hair. But I just stopped because, me and my husband, he's me and him have talked about it, and he said, you know, if you want to cover your hair, you can. If you don't, you don't. My thing is that the hijab is uncomfortable to me. And, you know, discomfort, of course, that has nothing to do with, you know, your religious duties. If that's what your religion says that you should do, you should. But for me, in my case, I never, when I looked in the Quran, and I thought, this is so controversial. Well, here we go. I'll tell you. When I looked in the Quran, it doesn't have any verse where it says that the woman must cover your hair. So I was like, okay, I don't mind covering my hair for modesty, you know, for being modest. And if I go to pray, I always have my hair covered because you have to. There's no way you can pray without covering your hair. But every day, just covering my hair, veiling my hair, it's impractical to me. It's just impractical. I did it. Another thing that I like to use a different type of covering, which you guys haven't seen me wear it, but I don't wear it on screen. But when I go out into the real world, I do cover my hair often. Not every day, not all the time, but I do. But anyway, so I wear this other thing. We call it kasinka. It's a Turkish covering, but it's like a Turkish Eastern European style covering that, you know, Russian girls even wear, like Russian Orthodox Christians, because Christian women are supposed to cover their hair too, but nobody does. But anyway, so Christian Orthodox women in Russia wear the same head covering, and I wear it too. And yeah, it's called a kasinka. You can look it up online. So yeah, but the long hijab that most Muslim women that we wear, I don't wear it. To me, it's impractical. I wear it when I pray, and I wear it on certain times where I just, you know, I know I'm going to be around a lot of people, or if I know there's going to be a lot of men around, I will wear it just because of the modesty. But in my everyday life, I usually don't, but I am very modest. I dress very modestly. I wear, you know, long skirts most of the time. I'm always in very modest clothing. I know in the Quran it says that we must be modest. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about modesty. You have to be modest. But there's certain levels to modesty. A lot of women think that you're not modest unless you cover your face. You have to cover your face up to here, and that's modesty. If you're showing your face, then you're not modest. There's other women who believe you need to cover your hands with gloves. That's full modesty. And then there's people like me who believe as long as I'm covering myself, my body is covered, I'm modest. And my hair, whether it's covered or not, doesn't make me modest or immodest. That's how I believe. But, you know, and anyway, but whether I cover my hair or not doesn't make me a stronger or lesser Muslim. I'm still very much Muslim, and my belief is strong. I don't have any problems with my religion just because I don't, you know, wear a scarf on my head. So, and the hijab is more than just wearing a scarf on your head. The hijab is more about being modest in your behavior, in your dress, in your speech, and so on and so forth. This is the real hijab. The real hijab is about behavior and how you're presenting yourself to the people. You know, your mannerisms. If you, you know, how you're sitting. Do you sit with your legs wide open? Do you do things that are immodest in nature? And that's real. That's the real type of hijab. But no, I don't wear a scarf on my head. Well, clearly, I don't wear a scarf on my head. No, because, yeah, not all the time. I do sometimes, but not all the time. So yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting over my cold. I am a lot better, but I still so that's the story behind it. I had that on my old channel. I spoke about this in length in my old channel, but since my old channel is gone, I need to repost all of these stories and tell everybody about myself, because I think a lot of people don't understand why I do or why I don't, you know. I lost all respect for the Jays because they left black and came back white. I'm not. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? No. Oh, I'm crying. What is going on? What is happening today in this place? Woo. All right. He said, I think some women in the Middle East cover their face except for their eyes. Yes, yeah, it's a cultural thing. Trust me, it's not a religious thing. That is culture. Culture. All right. So the first face coverings came from people walking in the desert because the desert, of course, you need to cover all your crevices, any holes that you have, you need to cover them. So we have ear holes, mouth holes, nose holes, eye holes. Never mind. So anyway, back to this. Walking in the desert, if anybody has ever been to the Middle East or in the desert, you guys know that sand gets everywhere and you don't know how it got there. You'll find sand in places that you didn't think were available for sand installments. Okay. You'll find sand everywhere. So this is the reason why we dress the way we do. Here, I'll show you. So you see, you guys see what I'm wearing. You guys see what I'm wearing, right? This is how I like to dress on the daily, whatever. You know, you guys see me in my normal life. I'll dress like this. Oh my God, if I die right now, you better not laugh. All right, so here we go. So this is how we dress, right? Where is sand going to enter? Nowhere. Sand cannot get in anywhere because obviously this is how we dress. This Middle Eastern dress. Wow. So after that, what happened was we went through centuries and millennia of people always dressing this way to prevent sand from getting in their crevices. What happened was we ended up covering our heads because the sun beams down on our heads. So we will wear things on our heads to cover it so it won't suffer heat strokes and so on and so forth. Then we would take part of that head covering and wrap it around our mouths and nose and ears so that we would not get sand everywhere. And this turned into us looking like this. And that became culture. Now we just dress like that, you know, and a lot of women say, this is the modest way to be. Cover everything, cover. But this did not begin because of religion. This began because of our environment and where we lived. So for those wondering if covering your face is religious, it's not religious. That is cultural. And the hair covering, like I said, was another way of having your hair stay clean, not having sand get into your hair, because sand in your hair is disgusting. In case you guys don't know, it is hard. It's horrible to sleep on. If you get sand in your hair, forget sleeping. It's crunchy. So us covering our hair and covering our face like this is to cover ourselves from the elements. That's what that came from. It wasn't religious. But when we started being more religious and Islam came to the Middle East, we said, you know what? Maybe this is good that we dress this way, because when a woman dresses this way, we've noticed that men don't look at her a certain way. When the women are exposed, they get treated a certain way. So we kept that as our culture. We said, okay, the modest way of dressing is to be like that. And if you really want to be modest, you go like that. Mr. Renegade says, yes, I caught pink eye twice in Kuwait due to sandstorms. That stuff gets everywhere. I'm telling you, it's, my gosh. I mean, you guys have no idea how messy sand is. It just, imagine kids coming into your house with buckets of sand and just throwing it everywhere. Imagine the places that you will find sand. Ugh. So, you know what? Don't even make me think about it, because I'm going to start getting mad because I hate it. I hate it. Oh my God, sand everywhere. So yes, and Fionn is talking about how older Christians used to wear scarves on their heads. You see, and that was part of modesty, because you look at the Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary is never depicted with her hair out. She's never depicted looking like, you know, what have you. She's dressed like me, and then she has a scarf around her head, a loose scarf around her head. And that, like I said, that's part of her being in that area, the Middle Eastern region. That's how everyone dressed. Everybody covered their heads. So anyway. Christopher says, I was in Saudi Arabia. I get it. Oh, I love that, Amira. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. Because I always feel strange wearing my tradition clothes in front of you guys because I I claim to be so American, you know. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so American. I love America. Go Trump, go this. Get get them dang Mexicans out." No, but I dress and then I start dressing like this. A lot of times I don't feel like I'll be accepted by the conservatives for being who I naturally am traditionally. Does that make sense? My tradition clothes, my tradition speech, my Arabic, my accent, my religion, everything is not American, right? But I love America and so on. So I'm always embarrassed to dress traditional in front of you guys. You guys mostly will see me wearing black tops, and just like pants when I do the stream because I don't want you guys to look at me like I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Today I just forgot to change my clothes, so this thing gets everywhere. It does. You notice the color trend? Literally, all I wear is black. You guys would think I'm gothic. All I wear is black. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Larry. Larry said, he said, Amira, the new Israelis were placed there by the British family with the help of the Rothschild family. I'm telling you guys. So you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know I'm not crazy when I say that because you know a lot of Westerners don't know anything about that region. A lot of Westerners know nothing about Middle Eastern history or what's going on now. So when they see it, they're just like, "Oh, what's the fighting for? What are they fighting about? It seems like a generational war." Oh my god, how depressing. It's like generational war. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. We'll never get along. It's true. We'll never. No, we will never. No, no. Atiri says, I love seeing people wear their traditional clothing. Most I see tend to be special. You calling me special ed? Wonderful. Okay. Call me special again. And I bet you see the naughty corner. Do it again. Do it. Naughty corner is going to be your life. Okay. All right. So I'll let you guys go now. I just wanted to come on with you guys just for a little bit because it is Thanksgiving. I knew nobody would be working. So I know that a lot of you guys are not going to be working tomorrow. So yeah, I just wanted to chat with you guys and I had a great time. I'm going to let you guys go because this isn't a Saturday. We're not doing our long shows today. It's just a hi and bye. So thank you guys for joining me. And Samael and Larry, I need to speak with you too. So please come to the backstage. I want to speak with you two for a minute. Yeah, I think I'll let you guys go. Actually, it's only been like an hour and 20 minutes, and yeah, I'm letting you guys go early. So, but yeah, just because I'm letting you guys go early today doesn't mean that you're not gonna get it on Saturday. So Saturday we will have our 2-hour shows, our 2 hours show. So, thank you guys for joining me today with the Thanksgiving festivities. I hope you guys had wonderful dinners. I hope you guys enjoyed time with your families. And some of you guys may have fought with your families, but you know what? Even when you fight with your families, that's still a good thing because at least you were there. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And I think with that, I yield my time. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I will see you guys on Saturday. Good night. Get over here, Larry. Get in the backstage. There you go. Hi, Larry. Hi, Samuel. All right. Bye, guys.